Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Friday. We're going to be in Exodus chapter 24 today. And the first half of Exodus chapter 24 is talking about the Israelites accepting God's covenant. The covenant is the 10 Commandments. Moses sacrifices an animal, pours out half the blood, and then sprinkles blood on the altar. Then he even actually sprinkles the blood on the people. Today, I'm thankful that we don't have to do that. As a pastor, I'm thankful I don't have to kill an animal and then sprinkle blood over all of you. I'm so thankful. I'm sure you're thankful for that as well. But they do this customary sacrifice, and then they go to the Lord. And this is where Moses now approaches the Lord, approaches Mount Sinai, and he climbs up it. So let's pick up the story in Exodus chapter 24, verse 12. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain. Stay there, and I will give you the tablets of the stone on which I have inscribed the instructions and commands so you can teach the people." That's the 10 Commandments. So Moses and his assistant Joshua set out, and Moses climbed up the mountain of God. Moses told the elders, "Stay here and wait for us until we come back. Aaron and Hur are here with you. If anyone has a dispute while I'm gone, consult with them." If you remember, a couple weeks ago, Pastor Sarah talked about Aaron and Hur lifting up Moses' hands, providing a seat for him when he felt weak, as when his arms were up and the staff was up, the army was winning, the Israelites were winning. When he grew tired and went down, then the Israelites were losing. I don't understand why that is, but the imagery and also the practicality of what we can learn from that today, the application, and Pastor Sarah encouraged all of us, is that who are the people in your life that are going to hold you up? That when you feel weak, when I feel weak, when I feel like I can't go anymore, who are the people that I can turn to that I know are going to lift me up? They're going to encourage me. We have to have those people, just like Moses had Aaron and Hur. And he even instructs them now to be in charge while he is gone on the mountain of God, Mount Sinai. Verse 15, "Then Moses climbed up the mountain, and the cloud covered it. And the glory of the Lord settled down on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. On the 7th day, the Lord called to Moses from inside the cloud. The Israelites at the foot of the mountain, the glory of the Lord appeared at the summit like a consuming fire. Then Moses disappeared into the cloud as he climbed higher up the mountain. He remained on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. Could you imagine being in the summit, right, on the bottom, the foot of the mountain, and all of a sudden, the cloud comes down and there's a consuming fire. There's another verse in the Bible that talks about how God is our consuming fire. One thing we have to understand is, what did they do beforehand? Now, we don't have to sacrifice an animal. We don't have to pour blood on the altar. I don't have to pour blood on you. But what they were doing is they were getting themselves ready and in preparation. And Moses went to that mountain expecting. One thing that I want to encourage all of us is to go to the Lord today expecting. And what do you need to sacrifice? So for them, it was sacrificing an animal, sacrificing a blood sacrifice. Today may be a good day to fast something. Fasting is sacrificing something that you don't want to give up. So what is that for you personally? What is something that you don't want to give up? And for today, you choose to give that up, and in honor of the Lord and in reverence to Him, and then you go to Him expecting. See, that's what the Israelites did. That's what Moses did. And look at what God did, a consuming fire. And so go to Him with that sacrifice, humbling yourself. So you empty yourself, so that way you can be ready to be filled with His presence. And so I want to encourage you to do so. Whatever that may be, choose to fast and then go to the Lord in prayer. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.